Hello, my name is Ilona and this is part 2 of 2024. So this is the period July 2024 till December. And I'm going to do the same thing I've done in my first video. So I'm going to take 2 cards for the energy of that period. So it will be July till September and October till December. Then 2 cards for the challenges, 2 cards for the advice, and then 2 cards will be the end of that period. So July, September will be end of September. And of course in October till December will be the end of December. What will be the energy after that period? So let's see. Of course, I've shuffled the cards in my Dutch video. So if you want to see that, you'll have to see the first part of my Dutch video. You can actually see me shoveling it. I really shoveled it a lot before I even started the video, just to make sure that, not everything is completely, how do you say that these cards could stick together, kind of. You can get similar cards, and I wanted to make sure that it was really mixed thoroughly. So you can of course see that in my Dutch video. But before I started, I already shoveled everything. So let's begin. We've got July till September 2024, and the cards I've got is the Page of Cups and the Moon card. And this is interesting because if I'm not mistaken, the end of June we had the Moon card as well. So it's actually very symbolic that it continues in July till September. And I think because I already felt in the end of June that a lot of illusions will be, the bubble will be burst of that. And a lot of people will start seeing through that. And I think the period between July and September, things will be given to us. The Page of Cups is giving us a cup, and that will be to open up people's minds and to understand what's really been going on all this time. So I think the focus in July and September will be on showing the psychological manipulations of people, what's been happening so long with humanity. We'll see more about that, so people cannot deny things anymore. It will be quite shocking, I think. I think that will continue in the period before this was already quite shocking for people, but I think the focus in July, September will be more on the psychological warfare that's being used on people, and people starting to understand things, or at least they'll be given the opportunity to understand it, because it will be up to us to decide for ourselves if we're going to believe in that or not, if it's going to resonate with us or not. That will be up to us. It's our free will to decide what choices we will make. So the Moon and the Page of Cups. So it's going to be very interesting, but I think it's more focused on the psychological side. Of course, things will come out, but it will be more clear to people how they're being manipulated, how it's being used against them. And the second row is about the challenges, and there we have this one, the Devil card, and we have the Justice card. So this is interesting. Devil and the Justice card. So this is going to be a challenge, I think, for a lot of people. In July till September, the challenge will be to look from a distance, be objective, and for humanity to step out of this codependency, giving away our powers on all kinds of levels. I think it's going to be a very tough, especially psychologically for people, tough period. Maybe things from the stings are coming out, and of course that will lead to all kinds of psychological consequences for certain people when they realize what they've done to their family, children. And it's going to be tough, but especially in the period from July to September, it will be shown how we as humans, as humanity, give away our power. So it will be a challenge to really deal with that, to look at it from a distance and starting to heal that and balance yourself, because the Justice card is also about balancing. So that's going to be very tough for a lot of people. Of course, people already dealing with this will have it easier. It's also possible that a large group of us are already dealing with this. I do have to say I'm already dealing with certain things that I still give away my power to, and it's very important for me to focus on myself, take a distant look at what I'm doing and changing things. But that will be necessary to actually help people through that in that period. So I do think that's why a lot of people are already experiencing this. So we can help people, of course, that will be put in that situation, of course, see if people actually want help. Because it's pointless to try to help someone that does not want to be helped. Very important to really, in all kinds of things. Sorry, my hair just a little bit rebellious. So it's very important to focus on the people that actually want help. Some people just do not want the help, and it's really pointless, and you really are just giving away your energy, and there's not going to be a balance. It's just how do you say this, a pitless or a bottomless pit. That's what I was looking for. It's a bottomless pit, and you really, it's pointless. So really, in that period, especially people that already been through it, in July, September, it's very possible that a lot of people are going to have psychological problems, or starting to see the psychological manipulation that's been going on for so long at so many levels. So the advice, and that's very interesting, is the Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles and the Star card. This is the advice card for that period, July to September, to step out of that feeling of lack. A lot of us have been grown up in a certain situation where we weren't allowed to show our feelings, our emotions, and we kind of pushed that little girl, the inner child in ourselves, out the door. We actually left ourselves outside. And so you always feel like you're lacking love, lacking understanding, lacking financially. You always feel lacking because you're not connected to yourself, to your inner child, to all these parts inside of yourself. So it's very important as advice to step away from this. This is also how they keep us in this manipulative low frequency. It's easier for them, and we need to, how do you say this, heal those parts so we can truly sorry, that hair. Okay, it's fine. We can really move away from that. And the Star card is really about believing in it. It's positivity. Wouldn't surprise me if in July, September, because it's also my alien ET card, the Star, that we're going to hear more about that. There's going to be very interesting news in that period about aliens, about ETs. That's the feeling I'm getting, off-worlders, how you want to call them. But the Star is also about believing in positive things, believing that things will change, believing that you can really step away from this, that we can leave this behind, that low frequency that we've purposely been put into, that in a way we also have, and we have our own role in that. But it's happened to us, and we need to move away from that. So that's really the advice, to move away from that. And then we have the last two cards, the 3 of Swords and the Queen of Cups. That is at the end of September. So this is at the end of the period from July to September. These are the energies. And it's really that very old pain, and it probably has to do with, psychological things, what has happened with stings, with children, things like that. A lot of old pain will come up, and it will be a time to heal, to connect with our emotions. The energies will be ready to help us through that as well, if people are open for that. It's very important to understand that people have to be open for that. And very old pains can come up, very, very old pain. So it can be quite a painful period. I feel especially July to September, it's going to be very painful in releasing illusions, releasing things people were holding on to. They were, maybe convinced politicians were, a lot of them were actually working for them. Things like that the political system was actually not wrong. The system they've been living in, the educational systems, of course, the stings, everything like that. It's going to especially psychologically hurt. So very old pain will come up. But because of the Queen of Cups, it will be an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with your soul, reconnect with God. It's really about connection with yourself. So you can outgrow this. You can grow further away from this situation. We have to understand we are spiritual beings in a human experience. And it's not the different way around that we are human. We're humans with some spiritual experiences. It's going to be tough. I think July to September is going to be a tough period, especially psychologically. I think that's going to have a major effect of letting go, and people struggling with that, to let go of all these illusions they have, all these things they want to hold on to. So it's going to be tough. That's the thing. Sorry about that. That's really, it's like you can see, I've always had a rebellious streak in me. Even my hair, it's been rebellious. You know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. I actually enjoy that side of myself. It has helped me to always have this look at life a little differently, look at things a little differently. So, and that has helped me, of course, in the period we have been for the past 3 years, almost 4 years, but even longer than that. I've always had this outlook, or just like I felt like I was an outsider looking into something. Like, it's always been very interesting, but it has helped me to see through things. And I think a lot of people that, of course, maybe even watching my videos will feel that way, that you've always been some kind of outsider looking in, like this is what is going on here, what am I doing here, what is happening? And that has helped us to look and see through all these things. But the humanity as a whole will have to face those things. And I think especially July till September 2024 is going to be a very important period for that. So I want to look at October until December. October, November, December. And this is very important. We've got 2 major arcana cards, number 20 and 21. We've got the World and the Judgment card. This is going to be a massive period. That's like October till December 2024 is going to be so important. If I'm not mistaken, I also mentioned this in my Dutch video, Pluto will be then in Aquarius and not returning anymore to Capricorn. So it will have left Capricorn. I think it is now in Aquarius, but it's still going to go back in 2024, and then at the end of 2024 it will remain there. And I think that is what we're seeing. This is the world, it's the end of a cycle, new earth energy, and the Judgment is waking up, and it's going to be I think that's going to be a massive period. I'm just keeping it open. I don't know if the event will happen then or not. I'll just leave it for what it is, because I don't want to focus on that or have people focused on that. It's very important that we focus on our own energy and really work through all these things. But especially October till December is going to be massive compared to, I think, April to June is already giving us some indication. And then in October till December, it's really going to like take off. That's the feeling I'm getting, especially with these cards. These are massive energies. It feels like a complete change in a way, but we don't know if that we're going to see that immediately in the outside world, if changes have already happened in all kinds of ways, or we'll have to wait and see. But the energies then are massive. That's the feeling I'm getting. October and December are going to be the most important months in 2024. And the challenge will be the Hanged Man and the 5 of Cups. So the challenge will be to see things from a different perspective. For humanity to see things in a completely different perspective. So I do think October, December will just be so different, and things that will come in or maybe come out will be so different that it will be a challenge to change the perspective, but it will almost be impossible not to change your perspective. So it will be a challenge, but I do believe in humanity, more and more people are waking up, more and more people are starting to become conscious of all kinds of things. And the 5 of Cups is about feeling the sadness, the disappointment, the anger. It will be a challenge to deal with all these things that will come up in that period. And probably a lot of things have already come up in the year, but I believe that October till December will be the most powerful in information, in changes in 2024. So old pains, sadness, realizing what has happened, and leave that in the past, heal it. It's about healing past disappointments, fear, anger, things like that. That will be the challenge for that period. And then we have the advice, and we've got the 9 of Cups, which is like the wish card. So that's very interesting. And we have the Page of Wands. And this feels like a completely like different energy, especially relax, enjoy your life. That will be the advice, to enjoy it as much as possible. Keep your energies high, but also what do you wish for? What do you want to initiate? Because the Page of Wands follows his heart. He follows his passion. He starts doing things because they feel great to him. That's what he wants to do. So I think October till December 2024 as advice, if you want to start something, if you have already started something, but in that period of time, you will really have the energy to start something you really wish for. So advice is to follow what do you want, what would you like to do, and start doing it, but also enjoy life and relax. That will be the advice, to relax, because the more relaxed we are, the more we will heal ourselves. It's very necessary to really embrace ourselves and our energies. We need to be relaxed. We need to be in connection with ourselves and trust ourselves that everything will be all right. So that's a very important advice in that period, to follow your wishes, your dreams, and to see if you can start things, especially with the Page of Wands. I think a lot of people will be energetically, in a new energy in that period of time. It's just a massive, energetically strong feeling I get from October till December. Well, the end of October till December, again, Wheel of Fortune, another great, another major arcana card. In the Netherlands, it's Grote Arcana, so that's why I wanted to start with great. But of course, it's major arcana cards, and the Queen of Wands. So at the end of December, I think a lot of karmic situations, especially in combination with the World card, but I actually also with the Judgment card. This is about leaving behind things we don't need anymore, ending the cycle. I think at the end of December, a lot of karmic cycles have ended or are starting to heal and starting to end for humanity. I think a lot of people will have gone through transformations. Of course, there will be people that will not be doing that for whatever reasons. They're not, whatever reasons that it may be, conscious or unconsciously. It is free will. It is a choice. We don't know soul contracts. I think in 2024, we are going to see that separation happening. It's already kind of happening, but we really are going to see that. But the end of December, as humanity, we will leave a lot behind us, a lot of karmic situations behind us. We'll be moving into a new positive times. And we have the Queen of Wands standing in her strength, in her power, enjoying life. The passion is back. It's very important to understand for humanity that we have to step into our own power, and especially in the end of December, the feeling I'm getting is that we will be in a far better position than we are now. But I just feel that that's going to be such an important period, October till December 2024. Changes will be happening, energies will be coming in, we'll be able to even heal faster than things that are happening now, and it's really going to be a very powerful, I almost feel like wonderful time, although we don't know how it's going to translate to the world things happening around us, but ultimately it will help us become stronger and step into our power more and more. So if I have to see with July, September is going to be quite tough, that period, especially psychologically, and October, December is going to be a massive, strong, energetic period. I'd like to leave it at this. Hope to see you in January 8th. I'll be back. I wish you a happy holidays and of course an incredible 2024. And I hope to see you then. Bye.